This is why anything will never be enough for narcissists. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're diving into why narcissists are never satisfied. It's a topic worth exploring, so if you enjoy the content, please give it a like, subscribe, and share with others. So, let's unpack why narcissists always want more. They're like hoarders, but instead of collecting stuff, they gather broken relationships, hearts, money, you name it. They're all about accumulation. They think they can do whatever they want without facing any consequences. That's why they jump into relationships wearing a fake mask, take what they want, and then toss people aside like they're nothing. It's a brutal cycle to heal from. You can't just slap a band-aid on it and move on. After dealing with a narcissist, you'll find yourself needing to create strong boundaries and take time to recover. It's a period of self-isolation for self-preservation, because recovering from that kind of relationship isn't easy. But no matter what you did, it was never enough for the narcissist. It didn't matter how hard you tried or what you attempted to fix. Often, in private conversations, people ask me if there was something they could have done differently. Should they have tried harder? What if they reached out again? The truth is, in those toxic relationships, the damage was bound to happen sooner or later. Maybe it even broke multiple times without you realizing it. Perhaps you ended it once, or they did, only to reconcile later. The narcissist could be anyone in your life, a family member, a romantic partner, a coworker, or even just a friend. But if a relationship starts off rocky, it's unlikely to improve, especially with a narcissist. They don't want to fix things. They just pretend to because they're not done with you yet. If things were shaky from the start with a narcissist, they were never going to get better. Narcissistic relationships have an expiration date. It might last for days, weeks, months, or even years, but every encounter leaves you feeling drained, walking on eggshells, and constantly apologizing or trying to keep the peace. No matter what you did, the relationship was destined to crumble, because that's what the narcissist wanted. In these relationships, there are only two ways things usually play out. One, you put up with the bad behavior and ignore the warning signs, which is what many of us did. As time goes on, the abuse just gets worse. Gaslighting, silent treatment, manipulation, you name it. The narcissist keeps doing it, and you keep putting up with it. The thing is, they know what they're doing. They might not have the textbook definitions memorized, but they know how to manipulate and control. The other way is if you wise up early on and realize, I can't let myself be treated like this. I know my own worth, and I won't stand for it. But let's be honest, those people are rare. Most of us only come to that realization after we've been through the ringer with a narcissist. It's only after healing from that toxic relationship, understanding what we went through, and taking time to process it all, that we realized just how challenging it was. We did everything we could to please them, to make things better, even for their family. But in the end, it was never enough. You gave your all, didn't you? You did everything imaginable to make things work. But would anything ever be enough for the narcissist? No chance. They've got an endless thirst for money. And guess what? They'd rather spend yours than theirs. Remember when you were in that relationship? I bet you were financially drained, while they squirreled away their own cash. That's just one part of it. Love and empathy. If you've got both, count yourself lucky. But the narcissist, they're incapable of genuine love, and they're running on empty in the empathy department. They don't see you as a person to care for. You're just another opportunity for them to exploit. They'll take whatever love and empathy you offer and twist it to hurt you. Now, what about your time? Could you have given more? Maybe. But when you're enduring abuse day in, day out, for who knows how long, why would you want to stick around? Well, you might have felt trapped, compelled to stay. Maybe it was the trauma bond or the fear of what they'd do if you left. They always want to keep you tethered, unable to move forward or see through their facade. They thrive on keeping you in the dark, never holding themselves accountable. Introspection, not in their playbook. You were shouldering the whole relationship, weren't you? From day one until the bitter end, you carried the load. You were the one footing the bills, funding their lifestyle, and organizing everything. Vacations. You were the one bankrolling those trips. Kids. You were the primary caregiver. Running errands, paying bills, you name it, you were doing it. Did the narcissist chip in? Maybe, but let's be real. If they knew you had money, they were after it. Money and time, those were their targets. Just think about all the hours you invested in your relationships, especially with family and friends. It adds up, right? You probably built strong bonds with the narcissist. They excel at tearing those apart. Not just with your immediate circle, but with extended family too. They drive wedges everywhere they can. So here's the thing about the narcissist's extended family. Do they know? Well, they might not use the word narcissist, but they're not clueless. They've seen the issues, let's put it that way. Sometimes they're fully aware of what's going on, but they're not about to spill the beans. Why? Because imagine if they did tell you about your partner's behavior. Chances are you wouldn't have believed them. And then things would have got messy real fast. See, in a narcissistic setup, you can't really win. The only way out is to cut ties completely. Block them, delete them, and steer clear of anyone associated with them. If you can't do that right now, I get it. Try the grey rock method. Be as boring as this wall behind me and slip under the radar. Let me break it down for you. No matter what you had, it would never be enough for the narcissist. Seriously, you could be ruling your own country, earn all the riches in the universe, look like a superstar, have the coolest friends, live in the fanciest mansions, literally anything. But for them, it's like they're always window shopping, eyeing up the next shiny thing. Once they catch someone's attention, like they did with you and me, they pour on the charm to reel them in. It's all a show, like buying a flashy car with a busted engine. You might think it's the deal of a lifetime until you try to drive it off the lot and it won't start. That's exactly what a narcissistic relationship is like. They're not interested in showing you what's really under the hood. But the narcissist never knows when to stop. They just keep stepping on that gas pedal of abuse, always trying to manipulate and confuse you. It's like they're programmed to cause harm and take everything they can from you. Your time, your energy, your sense of self-worth. Sound familiar? Yeah, been there, done that. Let me tell you, every second you spend in a toxic relationship with a narcissist is a second wasted. Your life is meant to be lived fully, with joy and love, not spent catering to someone else's needs while yours are put on the back burner. It's like you're stuck in their world, doing their bidding, while your own life passes you by. So, what happens when you finally break free from that toxic grip? Well, it's like stepping back into the light after being in the shadows for so long. You reclaim your life, your time, your happiness. You start living for yourself again, not for someone else's twisted agenda. And let me tell you, that's a feeling like no other. So, let's break it down. First off, the narcissist is off to their next target, leaving you in the dust. They've been eyeing up this new supply for a while, maybe even before they were done with you. It's like they've got a lineup of replacements ready to go. And once they're done with you, they don't look back. They've taken what they wanted and moved on. Now it's your turn to pick up the pieces. This is your chance to heal, to mend the wounds that this toxic relationship left behind. Take it slow, reflect on everything. Maybe even dig into your past and address any old hurts that might be surfacing now. Therapy, journaling, meditation, whatever helps you process it all. And let's get real here. You did everything you could. But no amount of effort could change the narcissist. They're not capable of love, no matter what they might have led you to believe. So don't beat yourself up over what-ifs. The truth is, the relationship was doomed from the start. The narcissist just moves from one target to the next, always looking for what they can gain. First off, could you have done more in the relationship? Nah, you did all you could. The narcissist doesn't change, no matter how hard you try. Could they have loved you? Nope, they're incapable of real love. Should you have done things differently? Nah, you did your best with what you knew at the time. Here's the deal. That relationship was a necessary part of your journey. But now, you're out of it. The narcissist is off doing their thing. You don't need to be part of it anymore. Remember, the narcissistic cycle keeps spinning, but you're no longer caught in its whirlwind. Someone else might be stuck in the middle of it now, but that's not your concern. What matters is that you realize it was never about what you did or didn't do. The narcissist will always find fault, no matter what. The end of the relationship was probably rough. I get it. It wasn't easy for me either. But hey, let's hope nobody has to go through that kind of mess again. First off, learn from the past, but don't dwell on it, and don't stress about the future either. This whole ordeal has given you a chance to heal, to look within yourself, and to set some boundaries. You've learned some tough lessons, like not everyone has your back, especially not a narcissist. Now imagine if they handed you a manual when you first met, saying, "Hey, here's who I really am and what I'm going to put you through." You'd probably run for the hills, right? But no, instead they put on a show, wearing that charming mask to reel you in. It's not your fault you fell for it. They wanted you to buy into their act, ignoring their true colors and all the nonsense they threw your way. But guess what? No matter what you did, it was never going to be enough for them. They wanted you to be their puppet, living life on their terms, until something eventually snapped. And believe me, every narcissistic relationship has an expiration date. You know that now. All right, let's wrap this up. Remember, none of this mess was your fault. You did what you could, and now it's time to focus on yourself. Take it slow, heal, and grow. Remember, wherever you are, you're not alone. There's a lot to take in from these videos, so be kind to yourself. Learn, grow, and step into the best version of you. It's tough when these relationships end, but with time and the right tools, you'll make it through. Trust me, if I can do it, so can you. The narcissists made their choice, but you're moving forward. Take care, everyone. Catch you tomorrow. Bye for now.